Hey everyone, welcome to Buick Outdoors. If you're new around here, my name is Sheldon Marion, and on today's video we're going to be going after a black bear. Now unfortunately, when it comes to hunting, the odd time you're going to wound an animal and you're going to have to track them. In this case today, I wounded a black bear. Now when you're tracking a wounded black bear, you have to do it very smart, very methodical, but most importantly, you have to be extremely safe. And on this video, I'm going to show you why. Hope you enjoyed the hunt. Still alive. You're going to jump on me, aren't you? Pick that fucking head up again. Well, we just started our bear hunt and we're just getting to the road that I want to hunt on. But down there on the corner, there's a black bear hanging out in the ditch. So instead of hanging right, I'm gonna go left. Unfortunately for me, we got a bunch of poplar fuzz flying around here, and I kind of inhaled one like a couple hours ago. So it's stuck in my throat. Won't leave, but anyways, I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna shut off the truck. When I get out, I'm gonna start stocking up on this bear, and let's see if we can get it done here tonight. Well, it's by itself. Oh, is that positive? Alrighty, so here's the deal. We have the bear just up here on the right hand side, but the wind keeps going kind of towards it and then kind of swirls a little. So I'll be able to get up here fairly close, but he's already has us pinned. But we'll see what we can do here anyways. Right now, I can feel the wind just shifted and blowing on my back and straight towards him. I'm just gonna stop because I'm pretty sure he's gonna look at us here soon. Wind's blowing right towards him, but so far he doesn't seem to be phased at all. So I'm gonna slowly keep creeping up here, and this might be a pretty quick and easy stalk because I'm pretty well within range of him now. I want to get a little bit closer, but I mean, if I had to, I could shoot him from here. Like, he's not that far. He has his head up, looking at us, and he's sniffing the air. I'm right back to eating. I think I might call this good enough. He's slowly making his way up that hill. I can see him kind of going in and out of trees, and there's one little opening there. So if he gets into that opening, I'll be able to take him. Well, he got to that opening, and he slowed down just enough where I was able to put a bullet in him. And I watched him run up that hill just, just a little bit more. And it's open enough in there. You should be able to see him if he moves up anymore. So where I got him was right here in this pocket, and he moved up here, and he's somewhere right in there. I haven't seen any movement, so he should be up there. So when you're in a spot like this, you always want to take kind of visual cues and landmarks. So where he was on the road, I'll point out with this other camera here. Let's unload the rifle first. So where he was at first was right around here on the road. And then there's this big dead tree right here. And he walked up into this opening. That's where I shot him at. And then he went up into there. So as long as you kind of have some visual cues, right at the top of where he went, there's a bit of a flat. plateau almost. So he was here, shot him there, he ran up, and right here is a bit of a plateau right there. There's a bit of a flat spot. So I'm hoping what he did was he was able to run up, he got onto that plateau, and he just laid down, and he's just going to be dead right there. Or if I missed, which I don't think I did, I seen him hunt right up, he might have ran up, got onto that plateau, and took off. But I seen him hunt straight up, kind of jump up onto his back legs, came back down, ran up to where that flat spot is, and then that's about as far as he went. That's what I'm thinking, anyways. So we're gonna give him just a few minutes here, probably about 25-30 minutes or so, and then I'll run out there, and yeah, we'll take the truck, we'll head up the little road right there, I'll hike up, and we'll see if he's up there on the top. And if he is, right on. But yeah, we'll go back to the truck here, hang out with the dogs for a bit, and then we'll go on a little bit of a hike. So the funny thing with this is I haven't been able to go out for the last couple of days because I got a big hole in my tire. So I've been waiting for tires to get into the tire shop, and today at 2 o'clock my tires came off, new ones were put on, and right away I just said, well, time to go hunting. So new tires at 2, and by 5 o'clock yeah, we're pulling the trigger on a bear. Alrighty, so as you can see, some of the stuff that we're going to be walking through, it's not overly too thick, but there's a lot of blowdown and stuff like that from a forest fire that happened here a couple of years ago. But hopefully we're gonna go up here and we'll find him right at the top. So he was just past this tree, making his way up at like a 45 up here, so he should be right up in here somewhere. So with that being said, I'm just gonna look right here real quick first, see if he just kind of toppled over, kind of in this thicker stuff. But yeah, he was somewheres right in here. So what I'll do, I'm gonna park the truck and we'll head up there and just see. One thing that kind of sucks is seeing how there was a recent forest fire. There's a lot of big black things on the ground, so yeah, we'll have to be a little cautious about that. But anyways, we're gonna hop out here, or I'm gonna hop out here. The dogs, they can stay in, and I'm gonna hike up to the top and see if we can locate us a dead bear on the ground. Alrighty, so gun is loaded, cameras are on, safety's on, scope's at 3. Now we gotta go up here, see if we can find him. So like I said, there's that big tree. He was somewhere right in here. But when he was going up at like a 45. And then when I shot him, he turned and ran straight that way. So pretty well, once we get to the top of that plateau is where we'll start looking and see if we can find him. So we'll start a hike up, see if we can find him. You can almost see this was his path here. one of them. I want to say right around in here is where I shot him at. Because there's the window I was shooting through. This little section here. So it looks like he might have been right here. You see some pretty hard kicks right there. And I think he went straight up there. Right where that burnt stump is. So now what I'll be doing, I've been coming up here real slow. For one, because I'm kind of fat and out of shape. And two, I want to hear everything and you want to pay attention to. Especially when you're coming up over a hill. I'm watching any tall willows or fireweed or anything, because he might be just right on the other side. And if he's still kind of kicking, literally, his foot might hit a piece of fireweed or a willow, and you'll see just the tops move ever so slightly. And I've seen a little bit of that right over here, but we also have a bunch of small little songbirds and chickadees and stuff flying around, so it might have been just a little chickadee flying off. So yeah, now the search really starts. I'm gonna see if there's any blood right around here, see if there's any flat grass going up, and we'll poke our head up over this hill and see if he's laying there or not. There's just so many burnt logs and trees and stumps that look like a bear on the ground in here. Everywhere you look, it almost looks like a bear. So this might be a bit of a long trek. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to scan this area. I'll go back and forth a few times and see if there's any blood anywhere. And another tactic I'll do is I'll hike up to the top over here, or I'll eventually get up to the top, and if I look down, when I'm looking down, you might be able to see into this instead of being from the bottom and looking up through kind of like the thick dents of it. If you're up on top, you're able to look down inside. You can see little pockets. So I'm going to start walking back and forth. I'm going to start looking for blood. I just heard a huff and some tree branches breaking up over here. So I'm thinking he ain't dead. if he ain't dead, he's gonna be pretty mad. So I think I'm gonna take a wide berth around here. Maybe I'll get up on top over here and I'll look down into that thick stuff. It sounded like it came from right in here. So if that's the case, that's pretty thick country right there with the wounded bear. But one thing we could do too is just sit back and relax, hang out for another 10-15 minutes and just let him do his thing. Right now that stuff's pretty thick, but if I can go up here and build again, look down into that stuff, might be a little bit better. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. I'll hike up to the top. If he does continue to go up that way, it's a big clear cut up top, so we'll see him come out there. If not, hopefully he's just kind of dead down in here. All this black stuff though, you gotta make sure it's not a bear. That one's not a bear, that's a stump. Alrighty. We'll hike up to the top here and we'll see what this guy does. Alrighty, so we'll hike through all that thick stuff. We got up to the top here. Now where I think that bear is right in here. Kinda where all that unburnt stuff is. So now I'll be able to walk over here, kind of walk up over here and then look down into that and see if he's piled up or not. Man, all this burnt stuff in here. There's so much stuff that looks like a down black bear. It was kind of sucks, but it's almost nice at the same time. It gives me an excuse to stop and catch my breath. But now what I'll do is I'm gonna go over here, start looking down and see if I can see that bear. Hopefully that little huff and breaking branches was his last little hoorah kind of a thing, and he's down just right in there. If not, this is gonna be a pretty hard little search. Bears are known for not bleeding that much. The way that their muscles are and stuff, they kind of tend to close in, and then also their fur itself, it's such long, thick, and dense hair that whatever blood comes in contact with it, it sticks almost instantly, and then with that it just blocks everything from coming out. So even if you're using a fairly big gun like a 300 Win Mag like I'm using, and 200 grain bullets that make a pretty substantial hole, the chances of actually finding a blood trail are pretty slim, not gonna lie to you. But we'll go over here, we'll look down in there, and then we'll start scanning over there. At least now hopefully we're able to just focus our efforts on that one area. But now that I'm up on top too, I don't really know if he ran that way, this way, down, and now it's about a 200 or 300 yard depth in here. So yeah, time to start looking. Well, I made it up on top here, and now I'm able to look down into this, and you can see it's a little bit open in there. So I'm hoping what I can do now is I can just slowly start making my way down in here, and basically what I'm gonna do is treat it like a search and rescue. Take a couple of steps, stop, look left and right, couple of steps, stop, look left and right, and do that as I come up and down these stretches until I'm back into this burn, which is kind of over here. So we'll see what happens. He was somewhere right in here, because I was right over there. I heard a hoof and a couple of crashes right in here, and then that was it. So I'm hoping that was his last little breath that he took, and he's somewhere right in here, preferably dead. But yeah, at least this next section here, there's not nearly as much like burnt stuff. Over there, it sucked. Everything, I mean, you can see in behind me, you got every single one of these little stumps that are burnt, and then with that you'll also have all the logs and stuff that are over there. So like everything looked like a dead bear. So at least over here there's some green stuff, and yeah, plus my throat's getting better. I must have spit out that little fluff that I had in there. But anyways, time to make our way down and see what we find. Coming through, bear. Where you at, guy? Shit, let's go, lad. You son of a bitch. You're gonna jump on me, aren't you? Pick that fucking head up again. You sucker. We'll see what an ambushing bear does. They hide behind stuff like that. Get himself into a hole and behind a tree. I won that one. Well, my plan worked. Went up and around, came down right from the top where I could see down into this. I'll show you the other side here in a minute, but if we were coming from the bottom, and looking up, you never would have seen him. Make sure he's dead, and then we'll go around to the bottom and look up to see what we would have seen here. That last one, that for sure would have killed him. Hey, you pot licker. Not a big body, but looks like a good sized head. Alrighty. Well, let's change angles here. Before I do that, see, this is the stuff I was walking through. So I went up, right up there, came up and around, and I came down here. So even if I would have came in sideways, what we would have seen is that, see, down in a little dip, tucked away in some trees, and yeah, you wouldn't have seen him there. Now what we'll do, we'll come around from the bottom. I'll show you. So even right here, about 5 yards from that bear. Can you tell where he is? Right there. In a hole, hiding behind a tree. Tricky bear, but we got him. One of these days my luck's gonna run out. But now what we have is a heck of a pack out of here. I'll probably have to quarter him up, walk out that way, and kind of toss him over the side there. And just kind of roll them down the hill. There's a bit of a trail over here, but yeah, is going to be a bit of work. Well, there he is, guys. One heck of a big bear. He's a little bit dirty right now. I have to roll him up over his little ambush log here, but he has a nice big white V on his chest. Just beautiful color. And his head is, on the one side there's quite a bit of blood, so I'm trying not to show that. YouTube doesn't like that stuff, but you can see big head, big paws. His body's kind of weird because he's real short, but just extremely stocky. Oh. I didn't bring anything up here to mount the camera on, so it's on a tree right now. Small little willow, so hopefully you guys can see this. But yeah, this guy was not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh, his tongue's sticking out. Wasn't hard to track him, or wasn't hard to stalk up on him, but boy, that sure made up for it for the tracking job. But yeah, I got a bit of a hike to go here now. All that real thick, all that real thick stuff that we came up and through, we now gotta pack him down and out. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully I can find a stick, maybe run it through his back legs there, and just kind of go for it, kind of pull him down the hill. And hopefully there's not too many dead trees and stuff in the way. But anyways, guys, I really appreciate you coming along on this hunt. This is just another bear that, you know, once I get it back to the truck and back at home, we're gonna be turning him into burger, roast, possibly some smokies and stuff. And we're not out here, again, I'm not out here just to kill animals. You know, the hunting world seems to be getting a lot of backlash lately. And, you know, if we were in it for the sport of killing, we would all be lined up at the nearest slaughterhouse to work in the kill room. This is not only a sport and a recreation, it's a way of life, and it's how we feed the majority of our family and friends. And you know, it's something that for me it's something I'm always going to do. You know, some people might see a black bear as just some nuisance animal. I see it as a living, breathing creature. He has every right to live here as I do. Unfortunately for him, I eat meat, and he has, this one, probably about 100 and some odd pounds of meat on him. So that being said, instead of going out to the grocery store and buying my stew meat and roast from there, I'm able to come out to just absolutely beautiful places like this, and I'm able to get my own. But anyways, guys, again, I want to thank you for watching this video. Leave me a comment or two. Try to keep it positive. If not, I mean, everybody has the right of opinion. I'm not going to block you for that. And lastly, if you enjoy this type of content, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next one.